Hey guys, I'm back and I wanted to share a collective Funko Pop haul with you. If you know my channel, you know that this is going to be a lot of Star Wars stuff. They did release a lot of Star Wars stuff lately, so I have quite a bit of that to show you. But I do have one outlier here, which some of you may find interesting and some of you may find very apt. But let's get into the haul. From box lunch, I did end up completing my Return of the Jedi collection that recently came out, so I did end up getting the Emperor Palpatine. There was an original Emperor released long ago, but this one has a more detailed mold, and it actually got red rimmed eyes and very wrinkled face, and of course the Force lightning coming out and the detailed robe and all of that with the pattern on it. Very cool. They did do a Palpatine from Revenge of the Sith in a Walmart 3-pack, but this is obviously the Return of the Jedi one. And then I did end up getting the regular Darth Vader with the electrocuted Darth Vader. The one from Target was a glow-in-the-dark. Didn't end up getting that, and sold out. I think it went back online real briefly and then sold out again. But this one is just as cool. It just doesn't glow in the dark. So it's a really cool mold. And the way they've done the vinyl on this is really fantastic. Got this sort of translucent thing going on with this helmet, and of course you've got the Force lightning here. And he's doing the Force choke pose. I don't know why they used that one, but yeah, this helmet is just like, it's really cool the way they've done this, and you can see the sort of the skeleton underneath. It's the skull, and I don't know, it's just really cool, really cool. I'm sure this looks amazing as a glow-in-the-dark, probably also super creepy, but that is just really impressive what they've done with this. Also on that same vein, I did end up picking up a movie moment from Target. This guy was on the shelf when I went to look for the Darth Vader, which obviously I didn't find. I had to get it from box lunch. But yeah, this is another Return of the Jedi, and it is the Encounter on Endor movie moment, and it is when they are recognizing 3PO as a god. But of course it had an Ewok on it, so I had to get it, even though the movie moments are super bulky. There's some gross stuff on there, I don't know why, but there is Chief Chirpa and is it Chief Chirpa or is that Logray? I'm not even sure. It might be Logray. And he's got the lightsaber. He's got Luke's lightsaber right there. His staff and his little bag. And then of course you have C-3PO in his chair with his little silver leg right there, which is pretty cool. You can see the rest of it, not incredibly detailed in the round, but it is, sort of. Then you've got like the lip of the little tree hut that they live in, which is super cute. It would have been kind of cool, I think, if they'd have made like a little clear plastic piece and he would have been like floating up. It would have been like in the middle of when Luke is levitating him and trying to scare all the Ewoks into letting them go. That would have been really cool, but I'm sure very expensive. But this is a really cool, cute movie moment, and yeah, I gotta have everything. Gotta have everything associated with Return of the Jedi just so I can show my support, right? That's a good excuse. Earlier in another haul, when I had gotten the Hot Topic Ahsoka from the Clone Wars, I had talked about how the Clone Wars set came out, and I was actually kind of on a no-buy then because I was saving up for my trip, and so I skipped on that, and I also was not incredibly like enamored of it, but I did end up finding a bunch of them on box lunch and from Entertainment Earth, so I was able to get some of the set, so I did. So I picked up 3 more from that Clone Wars line. So I picked up Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars. And of course there is the set. And he's pretty cool, and you can tell he's definitely based on the Clone Wars styling, because at least as I'm looking at him through the box, because I haven't really unboxed any of these since then. But as you can see on the detail, he is a little bit blocky, like to kind of mimic that Clone Wars blocky style. They had a very specific style of animation. Not everybody was into it. I wasn't really into it at the beginning, but I think I'm a little bit more into it just because it's very unique, and I kind of like it a little bit better than the Rebels because that's a little bit more rounded, but honestly, either one is fine. But so there is Obi-Wan. Of course, you have to have the little Jedi Knight symbol there, and so it was just cool to get him in his Clone Wars armor. That's why I wanted this one, because I do have a lot of Obi-Wans, but not one like this. So, and then on that same vein, I did pick up Anakin. So I've got two versions. I've got Anakin before and Anakin after. Anakin at the end of his Jedi run, and Anakin at the end of his Sith run. But again, this is Anakin in his Clone Wars gear. I think this is a really, really cool one, actually. I do have, I don't know what other Anakins I have. I have the movie moment one. I did not get the one, in that one he has yellow eyes, but there's another one from Walgreens that's pretty much the same thing, but it's a standalone. But I got the movie moment that came in the Smuggler's Bounty, but now I have this one, and I have a couple of young Anakins, but this is like really the only cartoon Anakin, and they really haven't made a Clone Wars Anakin, or not, Attack of the Clones. This is a Clone Wars Anakin. They haven't made an Attack of the Clones Padawan Anakin, so that's really what we got for Anakin. And he does have this little scar there. You can see right there. So again, we have Anakin at the end of his Jedi run, Anakin at the end of his Sith run. And just to round it out, I did end up picking up the regular Ahsoka because her lightsabers are really cool in this one. She's got the double lightsabers. In the Hot Topic one, that's the early one, so she's only sporting one. But this one is so cool. I love the way she holds her lightsabers towards the back. So I had to, because Ahsoka's just awesome. And you can see that's how she holds her lightsabers. And then she does have her little Padawan chain there. She's very cool. I really like this. This is really nice. All of the Ahsoka ones have been really nice and really detailed and different enough to be worth collecting. I think this one, the Clone Wars one, and then the Hot Topic one, and then the Rebels one is also very distinctive because she's got her sword, she's got her lightsabers crossed. So yeah, they've all been really cool. And then of course there's the glow in the dark one. But yeah. And then I picked up one that finally came back into stock on Walgreens. As I said, I missed the Anakin one, but I did end up getting the Jango Fett Walgreens exclusive. This one is so cool. So cool. And of course the only Jango Fett they've had until now was the one that came in the Lego video game. It came as part of the set. It didn't even have a box. It was really, really early in the Star Wars Funko Pop run. But look at that. That is awesome. I love Jango Fett. He's so cool. And just look at that molding. That is so cool. That is such a nice sculpt. I love the way he's holding his pistols, and this is an awesome, awesome piece. This is so good. It shows how far Funko has come since those early days. And not that I dislike the early ones, they're very cute and they have a lot of appeal, but it's just so neat to see how far they've been able to take their sculpting and their molding and make something really, really unique. So I've kind of covered 3 areas here. I've got the prequels, I've got the Clone Wars, and I've got Return of the Jedi. So that's about it for Star Wars stuff, but I do have one other pop that I picked up. I had some Hot Topic cash for my birthday and some other $5 reward I earned, so I picked this little guy up when I saw him in the store, and it is Ice Bear. I love Ice Bear. Ice Bear is the best bear. If you don't watch We Bare Bears, I don't get a chance to often. I usually have to catch it on YouTube because I don't have cable. But it is the cutest, funniest, well, yeah, it's a cute and funny show about 3 bears, Panda, Grizz, and Ice Bear. And Ice Bear is the monotone one, who doesn't show a lot of outward feeling and just gets the job done. So he just really appeals to me. I guess you can understand with the monotone and the not showing a lot of emotion, how that would appeal to me, but he's my favorite. I want to take him to work and put him on my desk. Look at his little tail. Oh. I think my favorite quote is the one where they uploaded a video to like YouTube or something, and they waited and they waited, and finally the only response they got was someone clicking the thumbs down. And I think it was Grizz and Panda were like, "Aw, why do people hate?" And then Ice Bear was like, "Ice Bear will hunt them down." That's just so Ice Bear. So I'm going to try to have a better Saturday. It didn't start out really great, but I just wanted to sit down and share this stuff with you. I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.